Yo, 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 yo. We back. This time, new segment alert. Woo, 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 woo. Here to save some of y'all's fantasy teams, man. I know some of y'all be auto-picking. I don't know what's good with y'all. Some of y'all be trading away your best player after week one. I don't know what's good with y'all. Come here to get saved.
That's a bold statement.
Come here to get saved. He's not my best player. Stop that. Come here to get saved for all your fantasy advice, updates on our fantasy league. You can always follow along. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BehindTheLogo23. Here are my main man, Kristoff Bozil, a.k.a. The Money Team. Here with Dan, the man with the OnlyFans, a.k.a. Big Balm 18. And I am your host. Lights. Kamara. Action. Yeah, man. I had a good week, too. We just got finished talking about it a little bit. Put up 150 points list this week with a negative 0.9 Benny Snell in my lineup. I'm just built different. How'd your matchup? I beat your cousin this week, Daniel. Gave him a little clap.
She tried to trade me Benny Snell, too. I told you he was trying to finesse.
Yo, so my team's currently up by only, I think, 3 points.
Yeah, number one in the league, people. I'll concede. Number one in the league. You're looking at number two right here.
We're currently down by 3 points going into the Las Vegas game tonight.
Yeah.
We got Josh Jacobs at the helm, so
it's,
I'm not worried.
You're down 3.
No, I'm up 3.
Up 3.
Yeah, I'm up
Josh
3.
Jacobs versus, does he have anyone play?
Jared Cook.
Oh, I think you got it.
Hey, you've been studying my matchups, man.
Yeah, for real.
He didn't even hesitate. He burned on my downfall, too. It's fine. That's what you get when you're at the top. People just coming for your head, man.
I don't know if you want to give him a little update on the trade that went through. It was accepted on Saturday. Games happened on Sunday. And here we are. I'll let you break it down, man.
Hey, man. Look.
I'll let you break it down.
It was a move that was meant to help both teams.
At the time, it was even. It really
was.
was.
It was very even. I needed a receiver. He needed a dual threat. Like, he needed that second RB.
I have Alvin Kamara. If I can pair him, go ahead.
With this next player. Look, so straight up, trade was Tyreek Hill for Saquon Barkley. And as you know, the rest is history. Towards ACL in the 1 o'clock
So I was
game.
waiting until Monday for everything to get confirmed. Yeah, it's confirmed. Torn ACL. Saquon's out for the year. It's a little rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been hitting up everyone in the league to vote against that trade. I've been hitting up everyone. It looks like it's going through. You have a lot of real ones in your corner. Let's just say that.
Wait. It looks like it's going through. Like it's
gonna go through. It's 100% gonna go through.
Oh wow! All right.
It's
So I mean, where do you go
gonna
from
through.
here then?
All right,
You
man.
know what? This is what the show's for, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to. I think I'm gonna try to ship Calvin Ridley off somewhere. I think I can sell pretty high on him right now.
Let's get to that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was actually,
honestly, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there. We got a lot to get into on this fantasy segment. Gonna kick you with some waiver wire sleepers, just players who we think have a good look this week. Mm-hmm. Some trades that maybe you should make to help your team out.
A lot of injuries this week, man.
So we'll start with Saquon get better, and we will also start with our waiver wire targets, man.
Well, not just
go ahead.
Not just Saquon. There's a lot of injuries
Yes.
happening around. Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa. Oh, that one hurt.
Yeah.
That one hurt.
Yeah,
that one really hurt. Yo, get well, get soon. Chris McCaffrey, get well, get soon. Shoot, man, there's so many. Like I'm having like a
Yeah,
brain.
no, I think it
so
had
many.
To do,
All
I
of
think
you
it had
guys
to do
get
with,
better, man.
I think it had to do with the lack of preseason.
Absolutely. I'm sure you could point to that.
Cut short.
I'm sure you could definitely point to that.
Yeah.
But hey, man, that's the beautiful thing about fantasy. When one door closes, another one opens up.
Exactly.
So we're gonna kick you some hot waiver wire targets that we think if they haven't been added in your league already, go ahead and snatch them up while the going is good. Mm-hmm. So do you want to kind of do 1-1, 2-2?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay, yeah. All right. So I would say my number one waiver wire pickup of this week, due to the Christian McCaffrey injury, I'm going to go out there and say Mike Davis, running back of the Carolina Panthers. When McCaffrey went out, we saw him take over that passing game. Mm-hmm. Had 8 targets for 74 yards. We've seen what he can do on the ground in Chicago and in Seattle, where he's had limited stops. I think he gets going off against a Chargers team this week that has shown a little bit of a struggle to contain the run. I mean, I know they did a pretty good job against Edwards-Helaire. Kansas City's offense is just so explosive. Week 1, I know Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow were both able to do some things on the ground. So my number one pick of the week, Mike Davis. What you got, brother?
Okay. Number one pick of the week, Robbie Anderson.
Okay, so we're both with the
Look,
Panthers.
Yes, sir. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Hell
He's
yeah.
going on his second straight game of 5+ targets for
Okay.
more than 60 yards.
Okay.
He's somewhat touchdown dependent because he is that
little
deep
bit.
threat, but I just think he's one of Teddy's favorite targets. So.
Yeah, I think if you're a little thin at receiver or maybe looking for a quick flex option, I don't think you could go wrong with either of those picks that we just gave you.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'll let you go first on this one.
I was trying to see what percentage of.
Oh, okay.
leagues
I'll
he
let you
was
figure
on.
that out.
Yeah,
I'll let you figure that
Robbie
out.
Anderson. So go
Number
ahead.
2, I got Joshua Kelly, man. Austin Eckler right now, he came into the season. I mean, I know people might have raised some eyebrows seeing a guy of that stature as a lead number 1 workhorse type back. I think the Chargers knew that they had Joshua Kelly in the tuck to where Austin Eckler didn't have to be that. And Eckler's still going to get his 20 to 24 touches a game. 2 games in a row, Joshua Kelly has had over 13 carries. It looks like he's the guy at the goal line too. Again, flex, even a borderline RB2 this week against Carolina, I would say. Don't feel scared to go ahead and pick him up and insert him into your lineup this week.
Okay, I'm going another wide receiver.
Yeah, okay.
This one is Keelan Cole
Of
the Jaguars.
See, I have issues with certain teams. The Jaguars are one of those teams. Minshew looks good, though.
Minshew looks really good, and that's why I'm going with Keelan Cole.
Yes.
Just like Robbie Anderson, he's somewhat touchdown dependent, has a touchdown in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But he also has those 7 targets, so the volume is there. And this is just someone you go out and get if you're a little thin at the wide receiver position because, like we said, injuries have been a bitch. Julio has an ankle sprain, I believe.
Something like, I think I know it's
yeah,
lower extremity.
Yeah, so
man.
you just look out for that. Monitor your top guys
Yes.
and be ready to throw Keelan Cole in if you need to. His floor is anywhere between 10 and 15 points.
For someone who maybe is still dealing with the Chris Godwin injury,
Yep.
I think that's a good play.
Yep.
If you're Cortland Sutton, torn ACL, I think that's a good
that's
plug and
tough.
play right there. I like it, man. I like that one a lot. My third one, I'm gonna switch it over to a wide receiver now.
Okay.
I went running back heavy beginning. I'm gonna go wide receiver. Played an amazing Sunday night game. Showed off a very impressive rapport with Cam Newton. N'Keal Harry, man. We heard a lot of things his rookie year when he was drafted coming out of Arizona State, I believe. A lot of good things. Never really got to saw that materialize in his first year with Brady due to some injuries.
Yep.
I saw him putting in work with Cam in the offseason. Instagram, following all that stuff. Last night against a pretty good, not great, but pretty good Seattle secondary. He looked great. He looked explosive.
Yep.
Cam Newton, more importantly, looks amazing.
Looks great.
I like N'Keal Harry. Again, dealing with some of these injuries, you need a plug and play. The Patriots go up against, Daniel, can you find that for me, who they go up against this week? I know it's a wide receiver-friendly matchup. But, while we're figuring out that, third waiver wire pickup, who do you like this week, man? I think this is you hit this one on the head.
Yep. Okay, guys. Here's my big one. This is gonna save a lot of you. Look, you got the Saquon injury. You have Coleman out. Raheem Mostert out. Who's the guy out in San Francisco?
The person who I would assume would get injured before both of those guys.
So we got a Jerick McKinnon who's coming off a great performance. And the fucked up part is only 3 rushes. For 77 yards.
That big playability is still there.
Exactly. But now the volume is about to be there.
Absolutely.
So he can only help you. He can't hurt you.
Yes, I think
Great
that's
start.
I think that's an immediate pick up and play.
Yeah.
Like don't
Throw
even
him in your lineup.
Throw him in.
Throw him in.
I'm not mad at that.
Especially with Garoppolo out now for a couple
Yes.
weeks, they're gonna rely on that running game a lot.
And if not only the running game, those short passes. And McKinnon, we've seen his ability to catch the ball really well.
Yep.
Like that, man. Your picks are kind of scaring me. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you don't get any of these guys in our league. Fourth pick, man. Okay, so the most underrated position in fantasy, in my eyes, is the kicker. A kicker can make or break you some weeks, man. Phillip Rivers. I remember back when he was with San Diego /LA. Bagley. Other kickers in the past. I remember Folk was there for a little bit. Kickers with Phillip Rivers play well because he has the ability to get a team down the field, but struggles to cash in sometimes because he's always trying to take too many chances. Run game has never been on point. And in Indy, Jonathan Taylor is starting to add a little bit of stability there.
Yes, sir.
But I still think they have some goal line issues to work out.
Yeah.
Rodrigo Blankenship, man, I think this is a great pickup. The Colts kicker, playing in a dome, playing against not the best defenses outside of really Tennessee. You're going to be in a lot of high volume matchups when Phillip Rivers is your quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the type of defense that they have. I think Rodrigo Blankenship can actually win a couple matchups moving forward from that kicking.
And kickers
position.
have been missing a lot.
Exactly,
recently,
and I think he's only missed one this year.
Yeah.
So only 2 games, small sample size, but I like what I've seen a lot. And obviously, I mean, the glasses are such a look.
Yeah,
they're such a look.
They're a vibe. They're a vibe. Okay, for my number 4 spot, I'm going with guy from your team, DeAndre Swift.
Catch the ball,
now,
brother.
if you look at his last 2 games, it's not impressive.
No, not.
But you know what you also have to look at? Adrian Peterson's touches went down from week 1 to week 2.
But Kerryon Johnson's went up. How would you respond to that?
I would respond that Kerryon Johnson has had his time.
I agree.
In Detroit.
I agree.
And they're trying to mold DeAndre Swift into that guy.
Yeah.
It's starting slow, but I promise you don't want to miss the Swift train.
Absolutely. 5 catches for 60 yards last week. Not mad at that. PPR is 11 points off the strength.
Exactly. Floor is pretty high, just given that the fact that he's a pass-catching back.
And I think once the Lions entrust him to actually run between the tackles, the volume only goes up. I think you're going to then see a DeAndre Swift 1A, Adrian Peterson 1B type of thing. I agree with you on Kerryon. Unless he comes out these next couple weeks and absolutely blows us out the water, I think Detroit at this point is trying to boost his trade value a little bit. I like that one a lot. DeAndre Swift, yo, man, just keep your hands on the ball, bro. All right, last one for me, man. Going back to the wide receiver position. So this one's a little interesting to me because right now in Atlanta, we have a situation where their offense is just putting up like preposterous numbers. And arguably their most talented receiver has performed the worst. Calvin Ridley, 5 touchdowns, been playing like a monster. He looks like he has developed a really good connection with Matt Ryan. Hayden Hurst had a good game last week. Julio Jones has been struggling a little bit. I think defenses are really, really keying in on him and just forcing Matt Ryan to spread the ball around. Now they have weapons where they can do that. Mohamed Sanu wasn't that guy. Calvin Ridley is that guy, and my waiver wire pick, who I think can be played this week, is Russell Gage. I think as we start to see Calvin Ridley come a little bit more back down to earth, I think we're going to see Russell Gage establish that slot connection with Matt Ryan even more so. I think 2 weeks in a row he's had over 5 catches. Week 1 he had over 114 yards and 9 catches. This guy is here to stay. You know Atlanta likes to use 3 wide receiver sets. I like Russell Gage, man. I like him. I think I actually stole this pick from you.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not mad at it. Russell Gage, he's gonna help a lot of teams out. Teams that are weak in a wide receiver 2 slot or even a flex play. Gage is sitting on a lot of waiver wires actually, and he shouldn't be there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, if you look at their ownership, they're out there. They're out there.
So with that being said, with my last pick, you know, if you missed out on like who has been underperforming at the quarterback position recently?
Let's see. Let's think.
Actually,
like a Drew Brees, maybe.
No, okay. Let me put it like this: people who haven't been performing, like
okay.
the guys who like Tom Brady put up 8.
Honestly,
last week.
Deshaun Watson
that great. Has been not so great,
Mm-hmm.
and he honestly I don't see him doing much this season.
Yeah.
His numbers take a hit, and if you had a Garoppolo that went down. Or if for some reason you had a Tyrod Taylor for whatever fucking reason. If you have Tyrod Taylor, just don't watch the show because like you have no business playing fantasy. But
like
anyway,
just pay me to draft your team next year.
Like I'll do it. But guys, it's Justin Herbert time.
I think it's Herbert time, bro.
It's Herbert time.
I think it's Herbert time.
In his first NFL start
against the Super Bowl champion Chiefs,
he went toe to toe with Pat Mahomes.
Looked great and
looked poised.
He was a horribly managed 4th down away from actually winning that game.
Exactly.
So, I'm hearing rumblings that Anthony Lynn is maybe looking to go back to Tyrod this week.
Stop it.
So that's why that's kind of why I actually didn't have him on my waiver. I have him, and this is going to kind of segue into our next little fantasy talk. If Anthony Lynn rides with Tyrod Taylor this week, just throw the whole coach away. I love Anthony Lynn as a motivator, as a disciplinarian, but when it comes to the X's and O's, he seemed to maybe lack a little bit of knowledge.
No, seriously, what sense would that make? Your rookie wide receiver coming off a game like that, even though it wasn't a loss, you lost to the greatest.
Yeah.
Like you literally lost to the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah, no, and as a quarterback, Herbert looked to have a very mature understanding of the game.
He did.
I like him as a pickup. Chargers go against Carolina this week. If Herbert gets the start, play that man. Mm-hmm. Play that man.
Yep.
For real.
Play him. Those are.
And this segues us into our sleepers. So we're going to have one sleeper of the week each. Mm-hmm. And it's funny that you have Herbert as your final waiver wire pickup. I don't have him as a pickup I'm curious about picking him up if I need to, just because I still don't know if he's even going to get the start this week. Mm-hmm. If Tyrod gets the start and they lose, I think it becomes a little bit more clear cut. Yeah. So if you're holding on to that roster spot, I get the hesitation.
But at this point, going into week 3, I know there's guys on your team you're willing to part with.
Okay,
at this point.
With that being said, I have Herbert as a sleeper because Carolina has shown they're going to let quarterbacks get off.
They're going to let quarterbacks quarterback.
Herbert has an arm, man. I think he boosts the value of all of the receivers out there in LA. Mm-hmm. If he plays this week and Aaron Rodgers has his matchup against the Saints in New Orleans, I think Herbert actually has a better game than Aaron Rodgers. That's how confident I am if they give him the starting positions.
Okay.
That's my sleeper of the week.
Okay.
Who you like?
Kristoff sleeper of the week. Actually, to be honest with you, isn't really a sleeper because I'm done sleeping on him.
Okay, fair. I like that.
2 weeks, I didn't start him.
Yeah.
Had him on my bench.
Yeah.
I'm going Higbee, tight end of the Los Angeles Rams.
Man. He looks good.
He looks good.
Him and Goff look like they're on the same page.
Targeted 4 times in the red zone in the last 2 games.
And turned 3 of those into touchdowns.
That
alone is going to win you a matchup off the strength.
And look, he has a matchup next week where the Dolphins tight end for week 2 put up 27 points.
Yes.
Hey, throw him in there.
I think if this prediction's right, you may have exploited something before anyone else, which is the Bills might not be able to defend the tight end.
Exactly.
And if you can catch on to that trend, look out.
It looks good.
Look out. I like that, man. Higbee, he can torch you. I mean, they've always kind of needed that tight end to come in there. I know they had Everett Golson at one point. Yeah. He's kind of I don't even know where he is now. Yeah. Higbee seems to be the guy. Like borderline tight end 1, like top 8, top 7
he's
option.
proven to be
he is what I thought Hawk would be.
So far,
He's what I thought TJ Hawkinson would be.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Honestly. Whatever.
No.
Fuck the Lions. All right, I mean, like the sleepers. Before we go away, I want us to see, I think something that's important about being a manager in fantasy is knowing when, you got to be a Belichick with it. Yep. You got to know when to buy in, when to sell. Mm-hmm. If there was one person out there who's on your mind, who you can grab who hasn't been playing so well that you can get him for cheap, or a guy who's been overperforming that you think you can get a haul for, which way are you leaning right now?
Okay, guys, for my buy lows.
Okay, so you're buying low.
Buy lows. Look, there's 2 choices I have, but you told me pick one.
Yeah.
There's Allen Robinson and there's Joe Mixon.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Joe Mixon first.
Okay, I'm not mad.
Because running backs, especially for the Bengals, are going to get play.
Yes.
And he's a pass-catching back that has been underperforming. But, guys, Joe Burrow is only going to get better. That offense is only going to get better.
Yes.
Joe Mixon's going to get better.
Yes.
Go out, swing a trade for him. Thank me later.
Okay.
And
who are you selling high on?
Highs.
Who's overperforming right now? Who do you think you get a haul for?
Calvin Ridley, guys.
Okay.
The Falcons just blew a 20-point lead.
Yes.
Morale is very low over there.
Yes.
I don't see that offense staying that hot, and I don't see Calvin really being that guy. He tricked me last season. No, not last season. He tricked me his rookie season. Okay. Where the first 3 games.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, you remember
Ball.
that, right?
I remember he was balling.
4 touchdowns in week 2.
He was balling.
Yeah. What happened for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I have Ridley, so I don't like that. But I get what you're saying. Made great points. Made a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. For a buy low, this ties into a lot of things that I've been saying about Herbert. Mm-hmm. Herbert gets the start, boosts the value of everyone in that Chargers offense. We saw Keenan Allen week 1 with Tyrod. Not really. Yeah. Nothing was really there. No sparks. We saw this Keenan Allen first week with Justin Herbert, 7 catches for 95 yards.
I love it.
Buy low on Keenan Allen.
Do that.
Based on where everything is, where the trajectory of the Chargers is headed, that offense is only trending up. And I'm actually using the same team for both of these. I'm selling high on Austin Eckler. I think Joshua Kelly is going to end up being that workhorse that they need, that goal line guy that they need. You can finally shift Austin Eckler into that change of pace position where he thrives in, where we've seen him thrive in, get catches, draw plays, things like that, where you're not wearing him out way too early. I don't think he's a guy that could take 20 touches.
Get rid of Eckler, girl.
Yo, Eckler, Allen, Mixon, and Ridley.
Yes, sir.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yo, man, the fantasy content's only going to get better. Watch your week 3 performance go off.
I'm
Your
trying to
teams
save y'all.
go off as long as you come here.
I'm trying to
But in
save
order
y'all.
to come here, you got to subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We are now coming to you on all streaming platforms for our episodes, so get ready to check into that. As always, we are pulling up.